Hi, welcome to the Keep It Bright podcast. My name is Zara. I'm the creator of all things Keep It Bright. And if you don't know, Keep It Bright is a positive lifestyle brand which started as a positivity movement back in 2007. And the aims of Keep It Bright are to inspire, empower, and uplift. And that's what I've been trying to do for the past 15 years. So I'm super excited to bring you this podcast as it's my first ever solo podcast. And I can't wait to have a place to talk more in depth and go into a lot of the topics I really want to talk about more, as I feel like Instagram isn't really the place for long form content anymore. I did used to have a YouTube channel as well back in the day. I really just want a place to be able to talk more in depth about so many topics that I know can help people, topics I'm passionate about, just expand more on the things I'm already doing with Keep It Bright. And I just think it could be so valuable and really helpful to have a lot of things discussed in this way. So some of the topics I want to cover on this podcast are things like self-love, body acceptance, self-care, boundaries, cutting people off, goal setting, not caring what others think, self-belief, gratitude, relationships, friendships, just being an adult, achieving your goals, positive thinking, manifestation. Also, I can talk about things like being your own boss, starting a brand, running a brand, all that kind of stuff too. There's just such a big variety of things that I already talk about with the content I create, with my Instagram reels, captions, my books. Keep It Bright has always been about every kind of factor of your life, and that's what this podcast is going to be about too. Really excited to be doing this and looking forward to you joining me on this journey as I create this podcast. So a little background to me and Keep It Bright, if you're not familiar. I started Keep It Bright 15 years ago from my bedroom. I started it because positive thinking changed my life and it saved my life. It really changed everything for me, and realising that changing the way I think changed everything was just huge. It was just such a huge revelation. And back then, the internet wasn't the place then that it is now. No, we're talking MySpace days, we're talking pre-Facebook. There wasn't a lot of positivity online, especially not for my peers, especially not in my age group. And that's what I desperately needed at that time. And I thought if I needed it, other people must have needed it too. So that's why I created Keep It Bright, to just spread positive messages, because they'd helped me so much. And repeating positive affirmations to myself helped me so much and helped me every day. So I knew other people needed that too. So even back then, with nothing, I had no money. A bit of background on me. I actually recently, for the first time ever on Instagram, I shared my entire, well, I guess it's not my entire story, but as much of it as I can share in captions, shared it all in like a 7-part post. Life has been, I'm not sure what the right word is. Life has been a lot. It's been a journey, but yeah, going back to 15-year-old me, I didn't have any money. I was raised by a single mum. We were living in a council house, and I wasn't in a great place a lot of my younger years and my young teen years. And finding positivity changed me. It gave me a purpose. Like I said, it saved my life. So that was just huge. I wasn't somebody who was thinking about their future at that point at all. And then finding this purpose, it just gave me such a mission. And all these years later, I'm still on that mission because it's a never-ending job, and not just a job, but it really is what I live to do. And it's a never-ending thing, because as we get older, there's different things to talk about, different topics that I'm there with my followers and customers on that journey for, and that we navigate together as we become adults. And it's amazing how some people have been with me for so long now on this journey. It's just amazing. Anyway, I love what I do. But when I started with nothing, so it has really been built up really slowly, organically, from that place in my tiny little bedroom in my council house to where I am today in my office that I love, my home office. I just love it so much. And it was 10 years of working from those tiny, tiny bedrooms before I even got my own first office outside of my house. It's amazing how far you can come just doing something by yourself. A lot of the time you hear inspiring stories and someone comes in and swoops in with funding or with things like that, and it just takes off and suddenly you've got a big team. But for Keep It Bright, and for me, I've wanted it to stay very personal. I don't ever have aims of it being I had aims of it being global and worldwide, which it has been, but I never imagined it being some big business. I've always wanted it to be personal. I've always wanted to talk to my customers. It's just so much more than a clothing brand or a lifestyle brand. And obviously, if you've been along with me for a bit, you know that it's that. I just think it's important to say that it's still just me in my little office in my house, replying to everything, creating everything, designing everything, deciding everything. And I always wanted that control of the decisions made, as there was people who did want to take it in different directions. It wasn't true to my vision, but I'm sure we can talk about that another day. It's basically just all from my heart and hopefully going straight to yours. And Keep It Bright has always been so much more than a brand. It's who I am, it's what I do, it's about the community, it's about positive thinking, it's about so much more than just the items that I create. And I'm really looking forward to doing this podcast as an extension of that, because I have been posting positive quotes and things online every single day for nearly the past 15 years now. And to be able to elaborate on that more is going to be wonderful. Where it's at now is it's a lifestyle brand. I do clothing, I do home decor, I create prints, art, all different kinds of things so that you can surround yourself with positive reminders, positive messages, affirmations, all that good stuff, because what you think really does affect everything. It affects your life and how you feel so much. It's something that's helped me so much in my life, which is why I know it works, and it has helped so many thousands of my followers and customers too. So it is a beautiful thing. So I'm really passionate about helping you along your journey, whatever that journey might be, whatever that journey looks like. We all experience so many struggles that are similar, so many situations that we find ourselves in, whether it's in relationships, friendships, work, family. Like, there's so many situations we find ourselves in that are similar. And I think that I've been through a lot, I've experienced a lot. I have family and friends who've experienced a lot, and I feel like I can really talk about a bit of everything and hopefully come through with the tips you need and just ways of maybe thinking about the situation, and maybe even giving you the courage you need to do what you need to do and what sits right with you in those situations. If you want to follow along, then make sure you click the follow button wherever you're watching this so that you don't miss any episodes. I'm really looking forward to creating these for you. If you don't already follow Keep It Bright on Instagram, my Instagram is just @KeepItBright. You can find everything else from me right there. Hope you have a great day or night whenever you're listening to this, and I'll catch you in the next one.